Hey everyone, Tom here. Uh, Decided to come on today. This morning I was didn't have any appointments, so I thought, well, I'll just log in and see who's here and who would like to come in today. I know a lot of people are taking part in a lot of the Lionsgate things, so I don't think we'll do a long time here, but just wanted to come in and say hello. So I'm glad to see we have some people here already. We have Mere Dragon. Hello. Nice to see you. Oh, and Karen's here. Nice to see you, Karen. It was so nice meeting you with the reading. I think that was about 2 weeks ago, I believe. Seems like it was a while back, but it wasn't really that long. But again, it was nice to meet you. Um, and so, if anybody's logging in, just want to just put a couple comments down. So it's this Lionsgate thing today, and a lot of people, what's that? But if you look at the date today, it's August 8th, so 8/8, and then the year is 26, which is 2 + 6 is 8. So it is a powerful 888 time, and if you add that together, you get 24, which is 6. And for me, those numbers are very important because for many years, I would say almost 30 years, I have the numbers 806 come to me, 608, 086. Whenever things are kind of, usually when I get those, it's a good sign. So when I think about 888, I got the 8 and then together is the 6. So for me, it's kind of and I didn't think about that right away. Sometimes I don't think about things until I start doing them. But that's my own little personal connection to the numbers. Um, oh yeah, it was that was very nice. With what's so nice about with mediumship is, I get to and I obviously meet the people that I'm connecting with, but also with the people in spirit, and so that's always a nice thing to do. So yeah, that was a nice experience. So today I posted this, but I'm going to read it because I feel like it kind of gives you the energy for today. So perhaps today is simply an opportunity to pause, to release what no longer serves you, to reconnect who you truly are, to realign with your journey, and to transcend, which I thought was cool at the end. I'll read that again. Perhaps today is simply an opportunity to pause. I think we're always so busy. To release what no longer serves you, to reconnect who you truly are, to realign with your journey, and to transcend. So, as we always like to say here, it's time to transcend. And so today, maybe take some time to unplug, um, do something out of your normal routine. Try not to get caught up in your day-to-day things today. If you have a few minutes to just relax, unplug, and kind of find your space and find your peace. Um, Nice to see you here, Huntress Diana. Thanks for coming in. Um, I pulled some cards today, or this before the reading, and kind of like as I feel like things are moving in the world, but also starting with ourselves. So the first card I pulled, which I think is really important, and it goes along with what I just said. I rightfully create and set boundaries that protect and support my peace. I rightfully create and set boundaries that protect and support my peace. Sometimes that's hard to do um, when you're working with people or you have people in your life for a variety of reasons. But it's important to set boundaries. I think that's where sometimes we're afraid to do that, and we don't have to be rude. We don't have to be mean. We just have to say, look, this is my space. This is my time. This is what I need, and I think that's important for all of us to do. So the cards that I pulled today, and again, I love my psychic tarot deck. I use two sizes of the deck, and I like it because if I asking for a question and I get the same cards from two decks, and I don't pull a lot of cards. I pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I pulled 4 cards in the small deck, and I pulled about 6 cards in the main deck. So I'm going to start with this, although this is not where I started, but I think it kind of gets us to a good place here. So this deck I have has chakra cards. So there's 7 main chakras: your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, and then your base chakra. And your base chakra is where you get your grounding. And so I pulled firm foundation and base chakra grounding. So going along with what I said with this card is find your space, find your a place where you can be centered, and I think that will help. Hopefully that's in a place that you call home, or a place that you feel comfortable in, because you need to be comfortable in where you are, even if it's in a room or a part of a place or something that you can call your own. So, in regard to the greater world right now and what's going on, so I don't always pull cards on this. I did it in December, and what I got in December was about truth being exposed. And then I did, I think, in March, and I got but things moving pretty quickly, a lot of things coming up, a lot of more exposure of things. And so right now, this is what I pulled. So I pulled 2 cards on the waiting game. And I feel right now there's still a lot of things going on, but I think we're really waiting for something big to happen more than what's been happening, although there's always a lot happening. So I feel like in a waiting game. But then I pulled 2 of these cards, and this is, I feel beautiful. This is the hope card. So I pulled 2 hope cards. If you know the tarot, this hope card in this deck is similar to the star card. So it's a very good card. But just the word hope says it all. So even though we got all this stuff going on, I do feel like there's obviously light at the end of the tunnel. And then right after that, I pulled New Beginnings, which you can't ask for another good card. You can't ask for a better card than New Beginnings. So we got a waiting game. We're kind of waiting for things to happen. There's hope coming, New Beginnings. And then I pulled Victory and Success, which is great. And then this other deck, I pulled Positive Movement Forward, Prosperity Begins, and this card, which comes up a lot when I do these kind of readings. I pulled this, I think the last 2 times, was Accelerated Motion, just because things are going so fast. It seems like years ago things were moving slower, and things got to moving faster in the last few years, but the last couple of years, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's just like incredible. So, yeah. Oh, so got some comments here. Oh, hi, Liz. She says, hi, Tom. First catching you on live. Good to see you. Nice to see you here. Thanks. Okay. Wow. I've heard New Beginnings 3 times. Yes, Diana, that's great. So when I really don't believe in coincidences. There's something, when something resonates and you keep hearing it over and over again, and it's something that maybe you should move to or think about, and you don't, and it keeps coming, it's time to think about it. So in that case, if we're all getting new beginnings, I think that's a good sign. And I agree, Mirror Dragon. Hope is the best. Hope is the best right now. We want to hope for the best. And on my shorts that I do and the messages I get from Spirit, if you go back and look at them, they're all about for us to come together, unity, love. It's all about love and rejecting fear, because when you're in a fear state, you're in my opinion, anything that's trying to put you in a fear state is trying to control your thoughts, control who you are, control what kind of person you should be, the kind of things you should do. So any kind of media you're getting, or in my opinion, this is my thoughts, anything you're getting that's related to fear, I don't care what it is, if it's based in fear to make you fear other people that are different, fear different things, different situations, take a look at that. Because there's usually, in my opinion, there's a motive behind that to get you kind of in a frame of mind where you're You're not using judgment. You're, oh my God, this is what's happening, and these people are doing this, and this is going to happen. That's all control. And so try to get rid of that. But if you get yourself in a love state, obviously you have to be smart about things. You know, you have to be intuitive. You have to use your intuition. I thought I pulled the intuition card, but you have to use your intuition. You don't want to just be, but again, be in that love state. I think that's really important. That's all the messages I get: togetherness, kindness. And when I do readings, when I connect to the other side, the messages I get from family in so many ways is, I didn't think it was going to be like this. I thought I knew everything, how it was going to be, but it's much better. It's much bigger, and it's all about love, kindness, doing good for others, and spreading joy. So as much as you can, create that joy. Oh, right now I just noticed it's 11:11. So if you notice on my logo, I always use 11:11. It goes for my mother-in-law that passed away, and it's a connection to her, but it's a very powerful number. So it's 11:11 right now, and it is obviously Lionsgate. So yeah, I'm going to take some questions here a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to just give that message out to folks and keep things, breathe. You know, if you're watching the news and you're just getting more depressed, obviously you want to be maybe aware of some things. But again, you can create your own, turn it off. You know, you don't need to, again, if someone's making you feel fear, or the news is making you fear things, and oh my gosh, this is going to happen, and oh my gosh, this what's happening here, and take a breath. You know, do you really need to know what's happening all over the world all the time? We didn't used to have to do that. Remember, before the 24-hour news cycle, you watch the news at 6 and 6:30, local and national, and that was it. Now it's 24/7, so you don't have to do that. You know, they have to fill up all that news cycle, I think, sometimes. So try to think about that. Yeah, Karen, yeah, love and kindness, love and light and kindness. It is. And we're human, though. You know, it's not like you can be perfect. You're going to get upset about things. But you know, always try to come back to that. Like, why did I say that? Or why is something getting me upset? Is really important. And I see agreeing with letting go of fears. So yeah, that's great. Okay. So Liz in awe has a question here. She says, may I ask, was my night visitor my client's father giving advice for her, or was it a combination? The messages were profound. So I'm guessing you were doing a reading the day before, and you had a revisit from somebody in the reading. If that's true, Liz, if you want to make a comment, was that like a reading you were doing? Clients. Let's see. Oh, a counseling session. So if this was like in a dream, and you know, there's two kinds of dreams. So there's the regular dream where you're just like watching it like it's a movie. And then there's a lucid dream where you're actually participating in the dream. So let me just see if I get something on this. Kind of what I'm getting is that there was a visit, but it was also your mind kind of replaying things from the session. So I feel like it was almost a commentary from the person in spirit to what you were processing. Obviously, if this is a professional situation with the counseling session, I would, you know, use your professional judgment on it. But, you know, it's important sometimes to listen to the intuition as well. Yeah, what I'm getting is you were processing, and, you know, your dreams, sometimes you reprocess what you do during the day. But I'm getting that I feel like there was a message from spirit there. Oh, Oh, so okay. That my intuition is leading me in the right direction. He said she's saying he had me listen to a song that I've not heard, um, and listen to the message. So a lot of times, and I share this, and you, a lot of you, if you get readings or anything, a lot of times when you hear a song, oh, and you get that little goosebump, or maybe you get a tear in your eye because it reminds you of somebody that's passed. Those are all messages from spirit. So those are all messages that you pay attention to. And if it's a specific song like that with a message, and if it resonates, I'm pretty sure that's from spirit. So, um, kind of take a look at that. That's really cool, though, that that the father's client came in, um, to your dreams. Um, it just shows that they're around us, and they do play a role. But remember, we always play a role in their lives too. Some people think, oh, people pass and all of a sudden they're just like, oh, and everything's perfect. But I've had enough readings where and experiences where we actually are helping them, and sometimes it's just them learning how to work with us here, and us working with them. So it is a two-way street. It isn't just like they're always the ones learning. Sometimes they have to learn how to connect with us too. They don't know how to connect. Someone in the spirit will show them, or they'll get stronger at it. So, and also remember, if you ever do readings, is always be open. Don't go into it and, okay, I'm going to see what this is about. Like, you really kind of relax, be open to what's happening, and that helps the messages come through. So I think that's great. Thanks for sharing, Liz. Oh, I forgot to see this. She said her dad has come to her and he came in during the session. Oh, and she woke up feeling, yeah, that's really cool. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, great. Oh, and then you did automatic writing. Oh, real quick comment on automatic writing. Some people, have all these opinions on it. And I went to a session when I was at Arthur Findlay College, and I really liked what the person was saying. It's like, it's different for different people. For me, is I get quiet and I work on this, but I literally, the words come to me and then I write them. It isn't like the pen's moving itself. Some people that happens, but it's the words are coming to me and I'm writing them down. That's how it works for me. And if I can't write, or I don't want to write, I can just speak the words into my phone. So if you're getting messages, like if you do that on a regular basis, it will develop your clairaudient, your ability to get messages from spirit. So it's always a good thing to do, journaling, and listening to what you're getting. Um, oh, hi, Namira. Nice to see you. Yeah, nice to see you here. Yeah, we got a nice group here. Thanks for coming in. I just thought of this morning, to do, so it's nice to see a few people coming in. See, Liz is asking one more question. When you with that kind of a counseling session, I would use take the advice from spirit, but I would then put in my opinion, I would put in your professional um, knowledge in that regard. So that's my opinion on that one. Yeah, it's great to see everyone here. So if anybody has any questions about either something going on in the world, or if something personal, I don't really like to get questions around people that are alive, around like if it's about somebody in your life, just don't put their name into it. But if it's a question about somebody in spirit, if you want to ask a question about somebody in spirit, and if we can get them to come through, it's just, I need your name if it's not in your handle, and I need the name of the person or the relationship. So Mere Dragon says, may I know if any spiritual meeting for my eye surgery finally being accepted on August 12th, the eclipse day, without insurance and rejected by many surgeons. So it's what you're saying is you finally got the surgery scheduled, because I know you had mentioned you were having eye issues. Um, let's see here. I think it's a long time overdue to get this going. So I'm not really getting a spiritual. It's interesting, Amir Dragon. I pulled the first card was third eye, and I think you remember when I was talking when you asked this question before. I went into this whole thing about third eye, and not really it was about your actual eyes. But it's funny that I pulled this card here. I'm just getting that this is. Just be happy that you got it scheduled. I don't know if there's a spiritual meaning to it. I just feel like it's get it done. Obviously you've done your due diligence and but make sure that it'll be a good thing here. Yeah, we all wish you best on the eye surgery, Mirror Dragon. All the best on that. Keep us posted on how you're doing. Yeah, anytime. Let's see here. Got any more questions? Oh. Okay, Sky High 00. May I please get guidance on how I can upgrade and become a better version of myself? Well, right away when I see that question, what I'm getting is looking inward. Everybody wants to look outward. Everybody wants to look to something else for the answer. We put music on, we turn all that off, get out a notebook and write, not a typing, get out a pen, paper and a pen and write, how can I become a better version of myself? Write that down. And then every day for 5 minutes, write whatever comes to your mind. Next day, same question, everything that comes to your mind. And do that for 21 days. And I have to give credit. I always say I got this from Sterling. I got it from a couple other people too. But it really works. And you'll start getting messages. Don't reread what you wrote. Look at the question, write what you get. Next day, same question, do it for 21 days. Then when it's all over, then go back and read what you got. And what you're going to start seeing is that you're going to say, oh, I wrote that? Where did that come from? So I would look inward first instead of looking for answers outward. Because you get messages from your guides, you get messages from your angels, maybe from other family members that are around you. And that inner knowing is really important. If you look at some of my shorts I post, the messages I get is a lot of it's about look inward first. Don't always look outward for answers. So I'm giving you more guidance on that. I'm really not reading into it. But the fact that you want to do something and want to get better, that in itself is putting yourself forward. It's like saying, okay, I want to make a change, and then I'm open to it. So you're open. Try the question. Try the journaling. Let me know how that works. If you go on my webpage, I have my website up on the screen, time2transcend.com. So on there, I have all my social media links. I have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, obviously YouTube. You can go on there, and that way, if you want to message me on Instagram, let me know how you're doing. I really like that. I think we might be at 16,000 subscribers by the end of today. So it's pretty incredible that we've got that many people, but I'm still able to get messages and respond, and I really appreciate doing that. So let me know how you're doing. Let me know if that works. I've had people been doing that. I teach a mediumship class in person, and that was one of the first things we did. I had people do that when we started back in January. And as they've been working, it's been developing their clairaudient, meaning they're getting messages, they're hearing messages. So that's part of developing that skill. Not everybody's wants to become a medium. Not everybody wants to do the work, but you can still get those messages and, put your guides to work. That's why they're there around you. So, as a side note, I'm going to start doing online mediumship classes. I had a client reach out to me, and then literally an hour later, a friend said, "Oh, I've got some people that want to do online mediumship class." So I'm going to be working out the details, and I'll send that out at some point toward the fall. And it'll be on through Zoom, and it'll be, kind of a set of classes over a period of time. And I'm going to really try to focus on the beginners, people that haven't really maybe done the work but are interested, or those that are interested in just developing that skill, that knowing. Or again, not everybody's going to become, it's like when I taught music, I didn't teach music for everyone to be musicians. I taught music so also people could the kids could appreciate music, could know what music's about, and be able to use music in a way that was beneficial. So the same thing with the mediumship. So if you're interested, be looking for that. If you go on my website, I have links for distance sessions, and I have for local sessions, and then I have a link for classes and events. So it'll be under that link. So look for that. It's nice, all these comments, everybody looking out for Mere Dragon. So yeah, so your surgeries, you said, is August 12th. So I will make sure that we keep you in our thoughts and prayers, and sending you good energy on that day. So and keep me posted on how you're doing. I hope that helps, Sky High. Mere Dragon says, "I'm very impressed with your excellent memory." It's funny about that. I do remember things, but sometimes I can't remember what I did 5 minutes ago. But I do remember birthdays, family members, things that happened. But I always impressed family with things I could remember. So, but I don't actually remember sometimes what I did, like I said, a few minutes ago. But, well, let's see here. Oh, who can be in the mediumship class? So anybody that wants to try it is open to it. And so it's on Zoom, and the way it will work is that we'll do things as a group, and then we'll do breakout rooms. And there's no pressure, there's no grading, there's no like, oh, I have to do certain things. Everybody's on a different level. But it's I think the way to explain it would be to slowing your mind down, and listen to what's already around you. Sometimes we're going so fast that song that spirit sent, or the message that you get, or you smell something all of a sudden. What is that smell? I don't know. I'm not going to pay attention to that. It's already around you. It's a matter of slowing and kind of learning how to manage it. So so open to anybody. And again, I'd like to target beginners with this. So anybody, any ability, even if you're just interested. Oh, and guess what, Carol? Secret's out. So I just announced my mediumship class. Thanks, Carol. Carol was the one that texted me. That was funny. I just got off with the client, and she said, "I really would like to do mediumship class." I said, "Well, I've been thinking about it, and I put it away, and all of a sudden I get a text, "Hey, I got some people that want to do mediumship class." So, oh, yeah, okay, great. So I'll keep it posted, and what I'll do is I'll post it on my community page, and I'll put it on my website, and I'll figure out a time. The only tricky part is that because we get people on East Coast and West Coast and other classes I've been in, it tends to be late for the East Coast people, and usually right after work for the West Coast. So that's kind of usually how it works. So I do better earlier, but I have to take a nap, and then it'll all work out. Okay. We got a question here from Lori Hayes. My husband is 44 years, passed away in February 2025. My name is Lori. His name is George. I'm going to quite a bit right now. What I love to see if he has a message for me. The first thing I heard was love. Let me see if I get anything here. What I'm seeing, I'm getting an image of a man looking down like at you, meaning like he's around you all the time. He's he he knows, he sees what you're going through, and he was a kind of person I'm getting that was very helpful and did a lot of things, helped you out, like with the stuff around the house and stuff like that, like was very helpful, and he's not there, and so um, I'm getting he's trying to send, he's going to be sending signs, or he has sent signs around you, um, to know that he's okay. Um, and that's the thing, is like in spirit they're okay, but us here on earth have a lot to go with when we lose somebody, especially somebody like a spouse and somebody younger. That's a lot to go through. For some reason, I just saw water, so I don't know if water was important to him. Um, I'm getting also maybe you like water, or go to water, be around water, remember him around water. I don't know if that resonates or not, um, Lori. For some reason, I'm seeing like beach or lake or something around water, boating. So I don't know if that resonates or not. Um, remember me, um, when you're quiet and you're thinking, and know that I'm okay, and I'm around you, and like I see like giving you a hug. So that's what I'm getting. Yeah, hugs to you, Lori. All the best. Um, yeah, all the best, Lori. I'm really sorry to hear about that passing. So let me know how that resonates, or you want to connect on social media. So, but I was just getting, the image I got was around, specifically around being around water and things. We're about a half hour in here. Does anybody have any other questions? Let me see if there was one I missed. Yeah, we're all keeping it in your prayers, Mayor Dragon, making sure you're going to be okay. Oh, I do see this. Mayor Dragon, I do have a feeling of relating the third eye. Thank you for caring. Yeah, that was interesting. Um, I didn't read the question very well, and I went into this whole thing about it being intuitive, and it was actually about your actual vision. So, but I'm glad you got the surgery. Yeah, Carol, that was wild. There is no, it's not a coincidence, you know? So that was funny. Anybody have any questions here? Any more questions? Um, let's see here. Oh, I know what I'll do. I got this really cool cards from my friend in when I was in Squamish. It's called the Sacred Forest Oracle, and this was the card that she had picked for me. Cards they picked for me, and I was like, I said, I think this is the deck I should have, and she goes, that's the one I wanted you to have. So let me just pull a card here for us to think about for today, being Lionsgate. These are really pretty cards. Oops, one was flipped over here. Do this again. So a card I pulled was Bear Spirit and Healing, which I think goes along with what I was saying about creating space for yourself earlier, creating boundaries, because in those spaces, that's when the healing can be again. So find some place for some healing. Yeah, they're really cool, Diana. Sacred Forest Oracle. And this Denise Lynn, she has other decks as well. Oh, we were married. Okay, I saw your comment, Lori. That's a long time. Okay, let me see if I have another question here. Namira says, can I ask if my guides are guiding me through my transformation? Man, as I'm reading the question, I heard yes. Again, like I get the whole journaling thing. If that helps, it can help you. It helped me a lot when I had this awakening and I wasn't sure what was going on. I started with the questions. Ironically, one of the first question I wrote was, even though I had got impressions that this was happening, I wrote, how do I become a psychic medium to help people? That was my question. So if your question is, what are signs that I can do with my help? What are signs to help me through my transformation? Or what are my next steps, or what's coming for me? Whatever it is, come up with the question, but let's just pull some cards here. I got Passion Ignited, which is a great card. I mean, that's like not just a new beginning, but like you're on fire with it. So that's a great card to be pulled for the transformation. I'm getting they're taking you on new ways of doing things, Namir, like things that you like guiding you through some things that you hadn't thought you were going to do. So I'm getting that be open to new things, possibilities and things you wouldn't have done before, and look for more messages. But yeah, they're guiding you. I was getting an image of, how like if you're a younger kid and you're trying to like get them to go in a direction and obviously someplace good, you kind of have to go, let's go. And that's what I was seeing with them. So I feel like they are kind of giving you the wind beneath your wings. That's what I just heard. So going back to, I want to go back to Lori for a minute. Lori made a comment here. Oh, Lori said, this is time we were married for 44 years in the water. Could be that it was always my hope to go on an Alaskan cruise. Okay, I just got a chill. So, Lori, that is the sign. If you don't want to go on it by yourself, find someone to go with you, but go on this Alaska cruise. I just see this image of this man nodding his head. So that was what I got from the water, and that's a confirmation from Spirit. So that's a beautiful message. Yeah. And I feel like he will be along with you, for this trip, even though he didn't want to go in life. So I would say that's a good confirmation. So I would look at your schedule and put your pennies away and see what you can do. But I think that would be a good move. That's a pretty good confirmation from Spirit. Okay, I want to go back. I don't want to miss any questions here. Okay, Diane, L123. I have a friend that passed over 38 years ago and would like to know if he's trying to reach me. I smell cigarette smoke and out of the blue random times. So without reading the question, I will say I had a friend that would love to smoke. Betsy loved to smoke. That's what she liked to do. And it was about 6 months after she passed, and it's when I lived in San Jose, and it was a downpour. It was raining so hard out, and we were in the house, and all of a sudden the whole house smelled from cigarette smoke. And I did not smoke. We did not. Neither of us smoked, and we didn't have smokers in the house. So I said, well, let me look outside. And I opened the door thinking maybe somebody was outside smoking, and it was a downpour. Nobody was outside. I went back in and I said, oh, Betsy's here. I said, hey, Betsy. So, and I get that sometimes in the car because she used to like to smoke in the car. So if I'm driving and I feel her presence. So that's my story about smoke. Let me see if I can get anything around you specifically, Diane. I'm getting this friend was a talker, somebody who liked to talk, like, talking and like kind of a life of the party more, or like to talk a lot. So I'd see this person with a cigarette. I feel like I just heard it's time. Meaning it's time for them to connect to you. Like my friend that came to me, it was 11 years after he passed, even though we had made an agreement that we were going to connect, and I had to be ready for it. So I'm getting that it's like, you're ready for this. He was a heavy smoker, and was, like I said, I was seeing somebody that liked to talk a lot, was like, a little bit of a know-it-all, maybe even like, yeah, I'll tell you how this is or whatever, but not mean or anything about that. That's the kind of person I'm getting. So I don't know if that resonates or not, but that's a pretty good indication of that. So look for other signs. Sometimes they come in with smoke. I had a reading. In fact, Carol, if you're still on the reading here, if you're still here, Carol, Carol and I were doing a reading together. This was way back. And she said, I think I have your grandfather here. Was his name Ed? And I went, yeah. And it was like really good message. And then when it was over, I kind of said, oh, that was interesting. And then I remembered the day before the reading, this was the day before we had this reading, I had smelled kerosene. And I was in my basement where it's refinished. I do my work there. But I smelled kerosene everywhere. The whole room, like, where am I smelling kerosene? But he used to put kerosene in his soap to wash his car. He had kerosene to clean his parts. He had kerosene lamps. So when the reading happened with Carol, it was a confirmation that that was my grandfather. So smells are really important. Yeah, that was crazy, Carol. Oh yeah, no problem, Lori. Lori says, thank you for answering my question. It gives me peace. It makes me feel his presence. He has sent many signs. Oh yeah. I got another chill, Lori. So just a warm, caring, he knows he can't be there, but he's still in physical form, but he's still there. And go on and keep doing your thing. Enjoy life. Yeah, go on that Alaska cruise. Let me know how it went. When you get done, take some pictures and send them on Instagram or something. That's wonderful. That's beautiful. Yeah, no problem. Oh, Mere Dragon, I received an electronic phenomenon last night. May I have a message from my late partner, Daryl? Interesting you bring that electronic phenomenon happen. So Thursday, I was here at the camp in my RV, which has a roof over it. It's like a whole thing. We got a flash storm. I mean, it was like, it came out of nowhere. Thunder, real loud thunder. And I had a reading schedule at 4:30. So I was sitting here with my Zoom and everything was ready to go. And all of a sudden, the thunder got super loud and I saw a flash. And then all of a sudden, inside the trailer, right in front of me, like the size of a pen, like a Tesla coil, the lightning came in the trailer. And I was like, oh my God, because it was like 18 inches in front of me. And so I quickly put my phone on for hotspot so I could do the reading, but my TV's blown out and the control system in the RVs now needs fixed, but everything else worked. So that was crazy. So I'm not sure what your electronic phenomenon was, but let me see if I get any messages from oh, let me just throw this up here before I do the reading. Carol said, doing mediums is the best feeling anyone can learn. Yeah, excellent. Anybody can learn. And when you get a confirmation, when you're getting images or messages, and then you get that chill and that sense of love from the other side, it's just, it confirms, it's such a confirmation. So let me go back to the question here. For some reason, what I'm getting, this is, I'm not going to do a whole thing here, but I'm getting like showing me a fence. I'm hearing like protect your space or pay attention. You know, he's always giving you advice. Usually it's always about the car. So now I feel like he's giving you advice about the house, something about a fence, mend a fence, or maybe there's a gate that should be up. And I got an image of a dog like getting out or a dog coming in or something. Again, nothing serious, but he likes to help you with these little chores. So that's what I'm getting on Daryl. I hope that helps. Oh, thanks, Liz. Thank you. Let's see. There's another. Oops. Let's see. Merritt. Hello, everyone. And Tom, is there a message possibly to me? Let me see here, Merritt. Let me pull some cards on this. You know, when I do readings, I don't pull cards all the time. I usually don't start with cards. I use them as clarification. Not that it's just that's how I work. So, and again, I love this deck. And it's funny, I bought this deck at a store. I was, that looks pretty cool. And I was working with it and I really liked it. For some reason, it resonated with me more within traditional tarot. And then after I worked with it, it said, oh, this card was made for mediums. I was like, oh, okay. See, it kind of found me. So let's see, Merritt. Hello, everybody. Is there a message possibly for me? I pulled that New Beginnings card again. Oh, cool. So what I'm getting and I got from the cards is I feel like you've been through some stuff. But I feel like it seems like it's kind of ending. I pulled a Triumph card, Spiritual Union, so a connection, and then the New Beginnings card. This has come up a lot today, and then the Universe card. So I feel like you have some new opportunities coming your way, Merritt, and you got the universe around you. Let me just pull a couple more cards here. Yeah, I pulled this emotional loss card 2 times now, almost similar cards. So I feel like that was in the past. Changes. Yeah, I got another. And wisdom. So I got this material harvest. I got 2 cards about positive things coming your way. And I got this crown chakra, which goes along with this spiritual union. So your crown chakra is, you're connected to the divine. And so I feel like you have that connection. So I feel like things are moving in the right direction for you. Let me pull one more card for you out of this deck, out of my golden mantra deck. Merritt. This is a great card for Merritt. I must serve within me before I can serve beyond me. I must serve within me before I can serve beyond me. That goes along with what I was saying earlier about always looking inside first. So I hope that helps, Merritt. Oops. Great. Okay, I'm glad it resonated. No problem. Oh, I didn't see the next part of the question, Merritt, so I'm not going to go back into the energy, but I feel like you got good things coming. So, um, I totally agree. You're welcome, Namira. I do agree. Things are happening so quickly. Um, just if you think things are like not going well, just turn off the news, because a couple of days you might see something going well, and a couple of days later it may not seem like it's going well. But I do feel strongly that in the big picture things are moving in the right direction. There's just a lot of presences here in this planet that are catalysts for change. They're not providing a lot of good things for the earth or the planet, but they're providing a catalyst for things to get better, for us to look at ourselves more. I'll just leave it at that. You can put the figures and the things you want into that catalyst, but that's what I get. So these catalysts can't be around forever. But what's going to come out afterward, I believe, is a lot of good things. Oh, Mere Dragon, I fixed the car. So there was no message about a car this time. So you got the car fixed. Yeah, so Daryl's helping you over there. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thank you. So I'm going to take one more question. Make sure I didn't miss anybody earlier. Okay, so yeah, trust this process. Okay, so I'm going to take one more question from Diane. Our vacation property is going up for sale. Will it sell this year? Is this a beach property? Diane? I don't know why I thought it was a beach property. I'm getting there's going to be some picky, you know how sometimes buyers are like, oh, I want you to can you replace the light bulb in the back bedroom and closet? Like, really? Like, I feel like there's going to be some picky, so get ready for that. Just go. So I'm getting some picky people around the buying of it. Don't let it get you upset. It just kind of goes with the territory. And when I said that earlier, I pulled this card, choose why. Oh, that is lakefront. I was getting that it was a lake property. Choose wisely. So I guess what I'm getting is, once you start getting an offer, before you sign on the dotted line, when you're getting an offer like that, or accepting an offer, I guess, listen to your intuition and feel like, if maybe the price they're offering is good, but you just don't get a good feeling from them, because what they might do is give you this big offer and then say, oh, we want this fixed and we want that fixed. And then it ends up the offer has to be lowered because of all this stuff. And you're like, I just want done with them. So listen to your intuition on that one. I feel like I just heard it will sell. But just get ready for those nitpicky people. And don't let them drive you crazy, because they will. Trust me. Yeah, I had a house, and there was a light bulb in this basement storage room, and there was a window there, so you could still see in. I was like, really? You want me to go? I had to go to the store and buy a light bulb, and then everything was okay. So, oh, nice to meet you. I'm glad we did the reading, but Merritt says, I'm in Scandinavia, Sweden. So interesting to listen to you, Terry and Annie Bear. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to be on Annie Bear's show, I think the 18th. I'll post it. It might be on her channel already. She wanted to do it later, but I'm going to be going out of town, and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do the show when I'm out of town. So I'll be on with Annie Bear again. I really enjoy it. And it was so nice going on the retreat because I got to meet Annie Bear. So, oh, Diane said that already happened. Oh, so you already had the picky. Okay, good. At least I picked up on what was happening, but just try to let that go, you know. Oh, Sunshine. It's fancy that you're here today because I was telling all of them about this wonderful set of cards that I got from somebody who said these were destined for me. So let's pull one more card out of the Oracle deck, out of the Sacred Oracle for everybody. We got the healing card, the Bear Spirit. This is a great card. Secret Spring. There's a little fairy on there, and it says success. So let's lean into the positive and new beginnings and good things happening, because I think that's where we're headed. Oh, great. Yeah, I'll be posting the classes, and it'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be nice because, like, on YouTube, I'm not interacting with people, and when you're in class, you can interact. Yeah, if you want a personal reading, it's just timetotranscend.com. And also, I want to say this. Some people are like, oh, I don't do PayPal. You don't have to do PayPal. All you have to do is there's a credit card option, and you click that, and you don't have to do PayPal. It's like through PayPal. So, but if you have any questions, my email is timetotranscend@gmail. But the website's pretty simple, I think, to locate. So, so Mere Dragon says, so glad to be here. All loving community. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, everybody. And I haven't looked yet. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to, just for fun here, I was looking at whether we were going to hit 16,000 subscribers. Let's see where we're at. We're at 15,987. So I believe by the end of today, we'll be at 16,000. So it's not that it's fun to see it climb, but it's also important to have people here logging in and doing in the shows and stuff. So thanks again for coming in today. And the next thing, I believe I'm on with Scott Scorpio, Sun Tarot, and then Annie Bear. And I'm not sure what else I got scheduled yet, but look for it. Anyway, it's great. And oh, I forgot one last thing. I had people on Instagram. So anybody that's Instagram, nice to see you on. And remember, ask questions on Instagram as well. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the day. And I hope the weather's nice for you as it's here in the beautiful Poconos in Pennsylvania. And have a wonderful time. Take care.